purchased your track today.
Welcome to another edition of the Willie Bragg Show. I'm your host, Willie Bragg. I'm here to say hello to Daniel Berry's Sports Highlights. How are you doing today? I am doing okay right now. I want to discuss the drama, not on the online left, but the drama that goes on in real life politics in Washington, D.C. What's happened in D.C. this past week between three members of Congress. A real high school mean girl fest that just took place between Jasmine Crockett of Texas. Only thing I know about her, and I only found out about her this past week, is she's a Democratic Congresswoman. Don't know a damn thing about her other than that. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, we know who she is, and we all have some kind of a perspective on her. And of course, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the right-wing congresswoman from Georgia, and I'm sure we all have a perspective on her as well. I know I do. So anyway, that's what we're going to talk about, because Washington, D.C. was a shit show the other day. I mean, I think that's actually a very fair assumption. Frauds, all of them. Yep, they all are. And I won't dispute that for a second. Let's get this out in the open, that I'm not so much taking side on anybody when it comes to policies, because I'm going to say it like it is. I'm going to make the assumption that Jasmine Crockett of Texas is a generic down-the-line Democrat. Maybe not a corporate Democrat like Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and maybe not a fiery, I'm putting it in quotes, progressive like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, but just a member of Congress that happens to be a Democrat. That's how I'm going to look at Jasmine Crockett. Crockett. AOC, she's a fraud. I am very angry that all she likes to do is whine and complain and just be, and she's like a 9-pound weakling. I mean, she's just, sometimes I do feel sorry for her, but sometimes she brings that shit on herself. And it's not like I think she probably has some initially positive intentions, but she sold out really quick. And I am very angry with her. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I never gave her a chance, and I will never give her a chance, because Marjorie Taylor Greene represents everything I despise about what I think about the Republican Party. And I'm not saying every Republican's like Marjorie Taylor Greene. I want to get that from the get-go, because I can think of one Republican member of Congress. I'll never vote for any Republican. I won't make that clear. I'll never vote for Democrat either, but we'll make it clear I'll never vote Republican. But, the one Republican in Congress that I do respect is Thomas Massie of Kentucky, who is anti-war, and I mean, like, consistently anti-war, and he does not pretend to be a populist anti-war until it's convenient to be pro-war. I mean, he's consistent. He's not sitting there saying, war with against Ukraine, war against Russia is wrong, but bomb the shit out of China to protect Taiwan, or to back Israel without question, and bomb the Palestinians to the stone. He's not that kind of a congressman. So in that regard, he's a cut above and a little bit better, kind of like the new Ron Paul in a lot of ways. More like Ron Paul than Ron Paul's son, Rand Paul, the senator from Kentucky. But that's Thomas Massey's another issue for another time. But Marjorie Taylor Greene is everything I despise about the Republican Party. The racism, the religious fanaticism, and the bigotry against people with what is perceived as alternative sexualities of that sort. And so I already have a perceived bias against her, and I admit that I do. So let's see. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play 2 sections of this fiasco that took place the other day in Congress. I'm going to tell you, I'm not even sure what the fuck they were actually talking about, other than it just got ugly, and that's what called my attention. Give me a moment here. We'll let me get everything set up. All right. Okay, and we'll get this thing set up over here. And
apologize. No.
Terry, wait, hold on.
Let's see. Is that it? Let's see. All right. Hold on. Okay, here we go. This is it.
Okay. Ms. Greene agrees to strike her words.
I believe she should apologize. No.
Terry, okay, hold on. Then after Mr. Perry's going to be recognized, then Ms. Greene.
I'm not apologizing.
Well, then
okay,
reserve the right to object.
I am not apologizing.
Now let's go. Come on, guys.
Why don't you debate me?
Mr. Chairman, the minority.
Chair you're not.
Yeah, you're not. You don't have enough intelligence.
Chair recognizes Mr. Perry.
Okay, move to strike
I move to strike the lady's
words again.
That's 2 requests to strike. That's 2 requests to strike.
Oh, they cannot take the words.
There's another motion to strike her words again. Please.
All right, okay, here's the correct priority. Ms. Greene, do you agree to unanimous consent to strike your words?
I repeat again for the second time. Yes, I'll strike my words, but I'm not apologizing.
Without objection.
Apologizing.
Okay. That's part 1 right there. And that's, Marjorie Taylor Greene, naturally being Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah. And just in case you didn't know what triggered that response, she made a comment about Jasmine's Crockett's quote unquote false eyelashes, which borders on being a racist remark, a stereotype about Black women, and that kind of set things off somewhat too. and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was, basically calling her out on this, and it's not without prejudice, and I mean prejudice in the sense that she's got an axe to grind with Marjorie Taylor Greene, and honestly, as mad as I am with AOC, I'm with AOC on this one because Marjorie Taylor Greene has been stalking AOC around for years, even before she was a member of Congress. She went to AOC's office, outside her office. She wasn't there that day, and the little mail slot opened up, and just like a creep, just saying creepy things about, calling her a baby killer, acting like she's responsible for all the abortions, which that's a side issue, like what have you, and but as if AOC is responsible for all the abortions ever, and abortion is not murder, it's reproductive freedom, and that's again a side issue for another time. And Marjorie Taylor Greene she takes it to that cartoonish level always, and she's always demanding for her to debate AOC, and I don't blame AOC for not wanting to debate her because this person is a creep. I mean, she is a creep now, and just as far as I'm concerned, Marjorie Taylor Greene's not owed anything, so there is that as well. And again, I'm not trying to make do any apologetics for AOC. I don't care for AOC, at all. In fact, I mean, I'm not being partisan at all because, I even felt sorry for some of the Republicans that Marjorie Taylor Greene has been in, had confrontations with. I can't stand Lauren Boebert, but she sat there a few months ago, called Lauren Boebert a little bitch in Congress. Well, she can be, but Marjorie Taylor Greene's a bigger bitch than Lauren Boebert is, and I was listening to what was the program I was listening to? Fair and Balanced with Farron Cousins, and he was talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene going to an American First conference hosted by Nick Fuentes, and Lauren Boebert called Marjorie Taylor Greene out on the racism thing, being associated with Nick Fuentes, which ain't that funny about Nick Fuentes, the homophobe being caught with gay porn on his streams on his platform. Yeah, those are usually the ones who get caught, the ones who are so loudly and viciously anti-gay. It's more like a confession more than anything else. And they're not even the normal gay when they're found out they're into some really kooky stuff. It's not even the normal vanilla, on par with just what normal straight people do. The gay counterpart of normal. It's usually some really more whacked out stuff, and straight people are capable of doing whacked out things too. That's not what I'm saying, but you get what I'm saying here. So, and that's what happens with Nick Fuentes. So, I'm making fun of Nick Fuentes, and I don't have a problem with making fun of Nick Fuentes, who's a little virgin geek that he is. So, but the point is that Marjorie Taylor Greene went to a white nationalist conference, and so Lauren Boebert called her out on it, and they almost got into a fight. And she's just been an unhinged individual, even within the Republican Party, and so she will never become a U.S. senator in Georgia. She will never become a governor. The only thing she will remain at best on her behalf is just a member of Congress. And even at that, if she fucks up the Republican Party so damn bad, there might be a day that she might have an effective challenger in a primaries to toss her away. So, but I don't know. We'll see what the future holds as far as Marjorie Taylor Greene is concerned. But let's go ahead and play part 2 of this fiasco, because it got a little bit more petty than what you just saw. Hold on here.
Is just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold on.
part
I'm
of the.
trying to find clarification on what quality.
Chairman, motion to strike those
I had no idea
words.
what you just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just said
You
that.
just voted to do
Y'all did
it.
it first, so
You just voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at calm down.
No, because this
I
is
would
what
like
y'all
to get
do.
through proceedings.
So I'm trying to
Hey,
get
Miss
clarification.
Crockett, you're not
Y'all wanna
recognized.
play
Miss
games,
I can't hear
Crockett.
you with your
and you
yelling.
don't want me
Calm
to be-
down.
No.
Can you please calm
Don't
down?
tell me to calm down,
Calm down.
because y'all
Please
talk
calm
noise
down.
and then you
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I
Look,
come,
Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
send
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a problem.
Mr.
Order.
Chairman.
All right,
Sorry.
chair.
I know why
Okay.
you're
Order.
acting
Chair
like
now
that.
recognize.
Oh my goodness. I'm assuming. Hold on, let me put this back. I'm assuming Lauren Boebert's Catholic, because she was making a sign of the cross or something. So, but she was just like, oh gosh. I didn't even think she felt sorry for what Crockett and AOC has to go through. I really do. That's how much of a horrible person Marjorie Taylor Greene is. But the thing about it is, I just thought it was funny. I mean, that got them triggered, let's see, what was it? Bleach blonde, bad butch body build, or what have you. That was just rich. I mean, I just thought that was funny as hell. That was funny as hell. And the thing about it is that this whole thing, this is what our U.S. House of Representatives has come. It's a shit show. These are clowns in D.C. These are fucking clowns. I mean, and we can't have nice things in this country, because we got people who are all about personality, and they're well paid to have these fucking little committee assignments and to sit there and do their little grandstand and insult each other and contribute to a fucking culture war. And suckers out there that watches MSNBC, and suckers out there that watches Fox News, or even worse, Newsmax, that will sit there and watch this shit, and they get all riled up. And then all of a sudden, the culture war, they take it out on their family members. They take it out on their coworkers. They take it out on at one time, their friends, or, over whatever differences or what have you. And it's not leading to a good situation, folks. It really isn't. And sometimes I'm the recipient of this crap too. I'm not even a Democrat or a Republican, and I have to have the Biden shit thrown on my lap. I'm like, you motherfuckers! I didn't even vote for Biden. I have to tell some of these Republicans. I said, I hate Biden more than you do. And Biden is closer to y'all on policy than he is to me. I mean, y'all, you can have him. I don't claim him. So, but the thing about it is, I mean, this is what America is coming down to. I mean, and they're just not sending their best to DC. And I would say that I will argue that we need term limits more than ever. I mean, I would love to have ranked choice voting. And I really believe ranked choice voting is the way. It's going to be one of the major ways out of this shit, if we could just do it. But I'm willing to take a baby step. I think that there is a consensus out there. I'm not talking about DC, but I think there's a consensus out there with the American people, regardless of parties, to have term limits. But it makes me so mad, because the one thing that I would have agreed with the Republicans 30 years ago was the yearning need for term limits, because they used to talk about term limits all the time when I was growing up. We need term limits. We need term limits. Even back then, when I was a Democrat, I thought that was a good idea. I'm not one of those people that sticks to a party line. I mean, if it makes sense, I'm for it. But here's the thing. Once the Republicans took over the House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate in 1994, when they got sworn in January 1995, they never, ever talked about term limits again. Now, I'm going to tell you, we need term limits, not just for the U.S. House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate. I'm glad we have term limits for the presidency, but we need term limits for, in the gubernatorialships in the U.S. states, some I think are 2 terms, some are 1-termers. I don't know if there are some that are like unlimited or what have you. And I'm assuming some states might have term limits in the legislature, but I'm not sure about that. But there should be. I would like to see term limits for the courts in this country. Honestly, I've kind of went back and forth on what we should have done with the courts under Biden. If Biden had any integrity at all, he doesn't. But if he did, if he would have expanded the courts like 3 seats, I would have probably respected him more. And the Republicans have said he's going to go and stack the courts, 3 more Supreme Court justices. And I used to tell them, I wish he fucking would. After what Mitch McConnell did in 2016 and 2020 with the Supreme Court justices stalling in 2016, hoping that a Republican president was going to win, and in 2020 when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, rushing in the Supreme Court before the 2020 election because feared that a Democrat could win. I mean, I would wish to have 3 Supreme Court justices added to the courts where ostensibly a Democratic president could go and appoint to symbolically slap all the Republicans in the face, in particular Mitch McConnell, for trying a dirty trick like that. It would have been a major fuck you to Mitch McConnell for what was done. But Joe Biden has no integrity. He has no balls. He did say there will be no fundamental changes. And there's one thing that Joe Biden has kept his promise on, is that there will be no fundamental changes. So this is why, I'm hearing a lot of talk about third parties again in a favorable light. I remember 2016 and 2020, people were kind of poo-pooing at third parties. And they were poo-pooing at third parties since Ralph Nader, since George W. Bush won in 2000. He didn't win the election in 2000. They talk about election denialism in 2020. No, fraud in 2020. The fraud took place in 2000. And it's not because I love Al Gore. It's because it was election fraud in 2020 down in Florida. And, fuck Joe Biden and fuck Donald Trump. I don't have any use for either one of them, but George W. Bush, he's the reason why everything is shit in this country today. So there is that. But you saw a representation of what our Congress is like right there. And all I can say is sad. Really is. So anyway, let's see. As I said, Daniel's Barry Sports Highlights, you are here. So is Game.film. And Earl of Laurel, you got weird live stream times, but thumbs up. I was talking to Warren today about that on Twitter. And I'm planning to do something about that. I work graveyard shift. And so because of that, I have a tough time putting a live stream on a regular schedule. I would ideally love to have a regular live stream schedule. And I'm going to try to see to it can happen. So if everybody be patient with me, that is one of my goals. So when it happens, I will let everyone know and all of that. But it's something that's I have in the works right now. So there is that. If you all like what you heard, press like and comment. Comment any ways you disagree what I have to say. Feel free to share the content on this channel. As a First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you to create your own platform and utilize it, because we are in fact the muckrakers of our time. Remember to subscribe to my channel. I've had a slight influx of subscribers to my channel recently. Thank you all. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. And I hope I don't let you down. And yeah, as I said, just when you're helping me, you're helping, actually, strangely enough, you're helping others in independent media, because it's helping them too. And I do urge all my friends who are in the independent media space to give them your support as well. So there is that. So subscribe to the Willie Bragg Show here on YouTube and on Twitch and Rumble, which I'm going to make use of more often very soon. Follow me on Twitter, and remember to reject capitalism. Free Palestine, free Julian Assange, free healthcare for all, and free speech. Take care, y'all. You know I'm from North Carolina when I say that. Take care, y'all. Take care. Bye-bye.